One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.
Yeah, I think, your relationship with your coaches, the expectations, the fit, if you will. I mean, it starts in the interview process. It starts in the research for identifying candidates. And when you have that opportunity to sit down together, you can't, you can't promise one thing or talk about things. You got to talk about the good things. You got to talk about the ugly things. You got to talk about the things that are the challenges, the opportunities, and that starts there. So there's no surprises when we start. The worst thing that can happen is, you're recruiting. When I'm going to find a coach, I'm recruiting. I'm in recruiting mode. And the worst thing you can do is recruit to the point that, it's not like you said, and because these are people that are going to manage budgets and want things. And you need to tell them that sometimes we have to bus here and sometimes we can fly here. And you need to manage the expectation on the front side, because you will significantly damage that relationship if it's not like you recruited to. Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. And so I have to make a point of fostering our relationship each and every day. So I make good on what I talked about in, matching resources to expectations. We talk constantly. I work, we have 18 sports, 18 sports, one team here. But, I work directly. I have sports supervisors. I work directly with football and men's basketball. And, I have every Monday morning, 8:30, I go over and see Michael Huger, the head men's basketball coach. I take 2 bananas, a bowl of strawberries, and a Red Bull, and we break bread and we talk about what's going on. It's not a formal agenda meeting, but that's our opportunity to talk about academic progress. What are our needs in recruiting? How can I help him? And I do the same thing with Mike. We don't have a standing meeting because he's still drinking from a fire hose, but his office is literally right above my office in the stadium complex in the SIBO Center, and we're always connected. If he has a question about anything, I stop what I'm doing. We talk about it. Right next to me is the offensive coaches breakout room for film, and down the hall, right opposite that is the defensive. And I have a different type of style from probably some people. I'm a retired military officer, and you have to walk amongst the troops. You have to understand what's going on. And I pop in. I pop into the meetings. I grab a chair and I listen, just to see how we're doing, what's going on. And I don't know if they appreciate it or not. They haven't told me. They haven't kicked me out. But here's the deal. I can't just show up in his world, in his meeting, or in his, and I don't break into his, his staff meetings, but I can't just show up at a practice, or I can't just show up in his office, knock on the door when things go bad, when there's something we need to talk about, when there's some kind of compliance or a Twitter. I can't do that. I can't just show up because, it's like the tax man going. I got to be there all the time. And for an athletic director, sometimes presence is over half the battle, and they need to know that I'm engaged, and so I'm approachable. I'm approachable to my student athletes, to my coaches, and to my staff. And so that's part of having that relationship is that we'll just go somewhere, grab something, grab a cup of coffee, and just talk about stuff.
And that's today's One Question, brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996. One Question is designed to give D1 Ticker subscribers valuable insights on how executive leaders in college athletics think about key issues on their respective campuses, in their departments, or within their leagues and conferences. One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.